everybody. I hope that you had a great holiday. Mine was extremely low-key, exactly the way that I wanted it. But as you can see, we're still not in my office. And that's because, remember, you might not, and it's okay, because, I'm not the only thing in your world. Remember how I wanted to redo some things and yeah, that's famous me. That's famous Casey. Always redoing something. Well, I wanted to start my new year off with positive things. And one of those positive things is I wanted all my books sitting at the end of my office so that I could see them and be inspired by all the greatness that is written in those words, in those pages. Well, I went and I bought some bookcases, and I'll have you know that the men at the warehouse, they just don't think that my office is important enough to get in there and get a dolly and get my bookcases. So I have to wait. I don't wait well. It's not a character that I have, or quality rather. It's not a quality that I have. It's all right, because this week was amazing for me. And even though we're in my living room, and even though you're going to hear my dogs yapping and whatever else goes on around here, just keep watching the face. This week, I released my 4th book, Absolute Power. And it has been the single best release that I've ever had. Tuesday, I literally spent the day in tears, happy tears. Nothing bad is going on, but I was overwhelmed with the response that I got to this book. You guys just made me want to work hard, and I a friend of mine messaged me and she says, "Isn't it a great feeling?" And I said, "I'm inspired." I said, I feel like I can do anything right now, and I still feel that way. I'm still on that high. I've cried 30 times a day. I'm still on that high where I feel like I should eat less and sleep less and just write. Just, put an IV in me and let's go. I know that's impossible because I have other adult responsibilities, but that's how I feel. Now, with that, all those encouraging things, and there were tons and tons and tons, and I wish I could do something special for each and every one of you, but I can't, because this web thing got you all over the world, and I'd love to come see you in Australia, but it's just not going to happen, y'all. I'm sure it comes as no surprise to anyone that I did not completely finish a book this week that I didn't have rights to. I did start a book, and we'll table that one, and we'll talk about it next week. But we're going to talk about me for a minute. We're going to talk about Absolute Power, because that is my world. My world centers around that book right now. Absolute Power. In Absolute Power, I introduce you to one Dylan Morgan. Now, Dylan Morgan, for the lack of any other terms, is a crass man-whore. Now, Dylan doesn't have any charades about the way that he lives his life. He doesn't apologize for it. And why? Why apologize for the way that you live if you are not hurting anyone? And he is not hurting anyone. Why stand an apology? Now, although I show you how he can be an absolute, I also show you that he's very honorable, and he is a good man and an honest man, and he's a son of the South is what I'm going to say. And if you don't understand that term, email me and I'll explain it to you. I also introduced to you Miss Claire Stewart. Now, Claire, she's good and she's honest. She's very giving, extremely giving. Uh, she's been through some stuff. And Claire and Dylan are polar opposites in their upbringing. Dylan comes from a background of a family of being prestigious in Charleston. He has his grandfather is someone, and his father and his mother, and they're pillars of the community, so to speak. Claire, not so much. Now Claire is running. You can disagree with if you want to, but she's running from her family. They embarrass her, and she admits this. She admits that they embarrass her. And as you read, you may agree with her. Having something like what she had to go through could cause you to be embarrassed as well. Dylan has it in his mind that his life is absolutely fabulous the way it is. Now you bring his two brothers into the mix, and his mother, who is I love his mama, and I'm not gonna give a lot away here, just because I want you to enjoy this. I want you to enjoy a Southern family with good old Southern values, and what it's like to grow up here in the South, and things that we enjoy. And I had one of my readers who lives in Charleston, and I don't know if she was born there or not, but she appreciated how I stayed true to the city, and that was my goal. I made 3 trips to Charleston, 3 lengthy trips to Charleston. My husband was stationed in Charleston, and that was where I got my first glimpse of this beautiful city. That if anybody wants to buy this house, I will sell it and I will move. I'm not even kidding about that. I would move to Charleston in a minute. That's how much I love it. But as you're reading this book and all the things that are going on in Charleston, all of it's real. Every restaurant I talk about, everything that goes on down on Market Street, every street that's there exists. It's real. Reality in a fiction book. Lord, I'm a contradiction in terms. But anyway, there are things, we have book 2 coming out, and I'm working on it. Book 2 is going to come out. I'm hoping for end of March. I even hate to say that, because something will happen, and the characters, which is exactly what happened in the first book, is I wanted to have the first book out, Cyber Monday, and that didn't happen because Dylan wouldn't stop talking. So hopefully in book 2, which is Austin's turn, which is Dylan's brother, again, you're going to know that in the first half of the book, it's told from his point of view. So, not my normal writing. For those of you who have enjoyed shamrocks and cranes, definitely not a cranes. Definitely not a cranes landing. No. Very different than cranes. The second book, it's going to be about the same lines as Absolute Power. So I encourage you to go on and go to Amazon or iTunes. Where I'm trying with the Nook. It's trying my patience. I don't know. I need an assistant's what I need. Yeah. So first of the year, let's talk about what's going on in my world. First of all, is I'm going to be at Coastal Magic in Daytona Beach, and I'm going to do. My understanding is I'm going to be doing some panels. I haven't gotten a lot of information yet. I'm kind of getting nervous about that, but I am going to be signing, and I would love to meet you guys if you want to come down there and see me. So yeah, I'm in the process of updating my website, yeah, there's just so much. I have so many irons in the fire, and I wish there were more hours in the day, or I could clone myself. That would be nice. If I could, have one clone that all she does is sit over in the corner and just type all day, that'd be beautiful. But it ain't gonna happen. It'd scare the crap out of my husband anyway to have more than one of me walking around. What else can I say? Oh, back to absolute power. Dylan is going to come to a realization about a couple of things. So it's going to be kind of a growing, he's going to go from 0 to grown up in about a minute. And it's kind of exciting. And I have to thank a couple people that I left out of the acknowledgments. There's no excuse. One is my brother-in-law, who he is actually a sheriff, and he and I had lengthy discussions because Dylan is a detective for the Charleston Police Department, and so I wanted things to be as accurate as possible. I have a friend who is an agent, and I'm going to leave it there because I'm not going to, I don't want people digging around and all that, but she's an agent. And I promised that I was going to keep this as short as possible, and I am. There's only one other author I know that released this week, and that was Tony Alero. Congratulations, girl. I just saw the cover, and it's beautiful. You're right. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so I wish you even a tenth of the joy that I have with my book. I hope you celebrate in style as well. And Hubs has promised me a nice dinner this weekend, and so I'm very excited about that. I don't do flowers. I don't know if I've ever talked about that. I'm one of those very, very strange women who I don't mind them out in my garden, but I don't want them in a vase in my house. So if you want to buy me something, something that will sparkle and be here long after you're gone. Not that I expect him to leave, because Lord, been together forever. But anyway, so yes, congratulations to Miss Tony. Again, it's beautiful. And I have one other thing I want to say before I let y'all go and laugh and drink heavy. Jennifer Reynolds, you have come out of nowhere and absolutely sang my praises and been an absolute joy to get your messages and your tweets and see how much you are enjoying things, and I have no words. I have no words for how much I appreciate it and I love it, and I get the biggest swell in my chest when I read what you wrote, and my Twitter is just going crazy with your stuff, and thank you. I don't know. But I have taken enough of your time, especially when I didn't really have that much to say. But thank you for everyone who has one-clicked my book. Almost forgot. Shamrocks is a year old. Right? Shamrocks is a year old. We changed the cover. Ironically, it was actually the original. I've appreciated my time with you. I do enjoy this, I do. It's like just having my girlfriends over and kibitzing and talking, and I like that, especially when it's all positive and I get to lift somebody up and hopefully make somebody's day. To make somebody else's day makes my day. So it's a win-win situation. So Happy New Year. Next year I have so much planned. I'm excited, and I have a great team. Thanks to my team. I've learned a lot this year, and next year, at this time, I want to be able to look at this and say, you were right, crazy girl, you did this. And I'm going to do it. And if I inspire you, then all the better. Remember, be nice to each other.